Welcome. Hello, everybody. How are we? Happy Friday. We've come to the end of the working week, or at least we have if you only work Monday to Friday, of course. If you work the weekends, then, again, we say this every week, soz, but we are thinking about you, of course we are. Hope you're well, hope you had a cracking week, hope it's been a good one. Apologies, of course, for not being in on Wednesday, but I had a few bits and pieces I had to do today with day jobs, so I did that, so not around. And to be fair, I was a little bit close to being like, I'm too tired for tonight, but I was like, you know what, no, I'm not too tired. I need to jump on, have a bit of a chat, hang out. It's going to be fun. We can talk about some bits and pieces. It's going to be so loose tonight. That's what she said. Yes, Rouge, the new Sun and Away kit, it's an absolute banger, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? It's basically the 92 away kit, but with different chevrons down the side and a stinky sponsor. But it's just lush. It's lush. Like, Mrs. J was like, do you want me to order it? I was like, yes, I do, please go and get that and make it happen. So yeah, we've got the old shit badge on as well, which is stitched on, which is lovely. Rubber Hummel on there as well. It's got Howie written in the collar, which is really, really nice. And it's just a banger. It's just an absolute banger. Chevrons all the way down the sleeve. Originally there was only 2 chevrons on. I think the chevrons are a little bit thin on these Hummel shirts. I was expecting them being chunky, but they're quite thin. But do you know what? It's been many years since I bought a Sunderland shirt brand new, and I bought the home and away kit for this season, so it says a lot. The third kit's quite smart as well. Should we just get into playing in Crete, shall we, before I buy more football shirts? Let's do that. So welcome one and all. Welcome to Crete. And Crete are, as you know, if you were here the other day, Crete are about to play the Champions League playoff. Look at that. Finished third. Le Fifth, all the way down in 5th. 12 points behind us. Shameful. They deserve to be where they are, to be honest. We have signed a lot of players. Look at all of these guys here. Some of which probably won't play in the first team, because we're going to loan a couple of them out. But also, what's interesting is it's European registration day. Not all these players are in yet, so I don't quite know what we're going to do. At the minute, we have no homegrown players, so we need to try and get some homegrown players into the club. So that is now the focus of our mission, is to sign Greek players. So let's jump into recruitment focus, create focus, any position, I suppose, really. any position from the tactic, and further details. Add homegrown status is trained in Greece. There we are. Evening A15. Welcome, pal. How are we? Hope you're good. It's nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome, Rougeau, by the way. Welcome, Rougeau. Not a fan of the third kit. I'm with Sia. It's a bit Nan's tablecloth. Yeah, it is. But I understand what they've done with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand why they've done it like the way they've done it. Apparently, it looks much nicer in person. I still think it looks pretty cool. But I also understand why people don't like it. Some people are saying it would look better as a more traditional blue. Yes, I get that as well. But it's a bit different. It's a bit interesting, and unfortunately, you can't see the old SAFC stitching in. But there you go. That's where we are. That's where we are. Suffering the first week back after 7 weeks off. Yeah, I've 7 weeks. I've got 7 weeks off. It clearly says there 3 weeks holiday. What on earth have I done there? Sorry, 815. Yeah. It's always tricky going back to it, isn't it? That's the worst bit, I think. Like, holidays are great, but it's the going back to it that's the rubbish bit. So I feel you on that one. So yeah, let's take a bit of a look around there. We need to get some Greek players in, and pronto. 4 goals in 8 games for Papasoulis. He is a Greek international. We are playing him for the national side. He hasn't scored yet for the national side, but then again, no one's really scoring for the national side, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference, does it? Mr. Owens, how are we? Welcome. If you're not following Rich Owens, why not? Why are you not following Rich? You need to make it happen. Go and get yourself following Rich Owens. That's what you need to do. And also check out the FMT podcast as well, if you're not already doing so. If you're not doing so, again, I don't know what you've been doing with your time, because it's been out for years. It's been out way before the FM show. So you need to be on it. Melv King, welcome in. Appreciate the follow as well, pal. Very kind. Rich, how are you, buddy? Hope you're good. Hope the family's well. Welcome in. How's your week been? It's been going on for so long, mate. Honestly, it's like FMT is a pandemic podcast. There you go. That's how long it is. Yeah. So if you're wondering, I wonder if there was a podcast ran out at the pandemic time. There was. It was called Football Manager Therapy. It had a big long name at the time as well. They had to shorten it for trying to sort of make it a bit more sexy, a bit more snazzy. Should say as well. Sorry, I'm just saying hello to our YouTube viewers as well. I do feel as though I neglect them a little bit somehow, and I shouldn't really. I need to say hello to them. Should say as well, thank you to everybody who has taken the time to watch this week's FM show. A lot of you have taken time to watch it, so thank you very much for that. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. Hope you found it entertaining. Hope you saw the surprise, the announcement. Hope you haven't spoiled it by saying to anyone else. This is incredible, by the way. Premier League champions Southampton. I think we maybe need to tell Samaggio about that, don't we? Let's just crop that. Okay. Pay attention. Oh, Samaggio. Right, there you go. Southampton Premier League champions 2041. Have I got any ideas for FM25? What am I waiting to see if it actually works? I mean, I'm not bothered if it works or doesn't work, to be honest. Yeah, my plan, I want to do a Build a Nation again. That's the plan. But I don't know where. I'm thinking we've thought about Finland and Atlantis, but that's as far as we got. But then Andy Carroll's just signed for Bordeaux, and I almost feel like we have to do Bordeaux now. Like, do you know what I mean? It just seems like it seems very much like it's there, and we don't have a good enough reason not to do it. So we might have to wait for a database to do Bordeaux. I have a feeling that's already being made somewhere. I know it's not your thing, Rouge, and it shouldn't be my thing, and I will be talked out of it. I will be, but at the minute it just feels too. It feels too good at this moment in time, but Bordeaux or Bordeaux, there is no try. That works. That definitely works. Look at this. OFI have. I mean, are we trying to circumnavigate financial fair play here at this point that we have the highest sponsorship in the league? The average league sponsorship is 6 million and we've rated 26.5 million. I reckon we might be doing something a bit dodgy here. Okay, fine. What's the coefficient situation? Still 6. That might raise. When is it? Is it the 20th or something of June? 26th of June? We'll see. But yeah, Finland's still an option for Build a Nation. I don't know if the whole not being able to manage the national team is going to change our thinking too much, but we'll see. We'll see. It certainly means we can't do something like San Marino Challenge or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So the board would like to hold a meeting to discuss potentially expanding the available wage budget for performance analysts. Yeah, but I mean, like, do we need performance analysts? Or do we need... What else do we need? We need, like, youth recruitment, really, don't we? I don't know what League Dijon are in. No, I don't, actually. Anyone got an idea? Where Dijon? Third division, second division, maybe second division, Ligue 2 possibly. They sound like they should be Ligue 2. Do we think we should be looking at analysts? That's fine, do that, but I think we also need to be starting to look to bring some better youth systems in. What's our affiliate situation like? Crystal Palace. Palace can send players on loan. Interesting. We might have to look at that. That could be very interesting, actually. Let's see if we can improve our youth recruitment, actually. Actually, it doesn't seem like we need to be improve the training facilities. They're already great. They're not gonna nudge that up, are they? All right. According to Google, Dijon are in Ligue 1. So, all right. Okay. Record attendance. We're keen on signing Niam Silla. I mean, he doesn't sound particularly Greek, and he seems to be attracting a lot of attention from the Saudi league. So Not brilliant. Southampton have made a bid for Freddie Clark, so we're not going to get him, are we? Let's just try that, shall we? Even Lily Booster, how are you, buddy? Thinking of other league. You're thinking of other league. Look, you're thinking of other wine regions other than Leon. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty. There's plenty of wine regions, isn't there? Lulu Booster, leave you for a while and come back to a new club. Did Larissa run its course? Sort of. Larissa, after 17 seasons, decided to insist upon us using young players despite not improving the youth setup. So we sort of didn't use those players, and as such they sort of sacked us, despite the fact that we got to the Europa League final. So they sacked us the night before the Europa League final. Naturally, we were all horrified. Some people found it hilarious. I found it shocking. I went in a bit of a huff for a little bit. And then we looked around and went, right, okay, well, how can we, how can we sort of like get revenge? And it turns out that the manager who replaced me at Larissa was the manager of OFI Crete. So we've taken the Crete job, and they've got a tycoon owner, and we finished third in our first time asking. So we basically just went full on with it and went, right, fine, well, we'll just take over from here, shall we? So we're now in the Champions League. Larissa finished 5th, and everyone's happy. I mean, we're happy. Larissa obviously aren't, but we're happy. So yeah, it's worked out fine in the long run. So yeah, it's been one of those. Right, let's bring Vasily in as well, because he is Greek. I know it might seem like a bit of a daft idea, but if we haven't got any homegrown players, let's at least bring some Greek players in that we know. I know they're coming from Larissa, but let's get some Greek lads in, and then we can start to move things around. Karanathis is going to be very, very expensive, so we're not going to get him probably. Degoulis, I don't think he's going to be as good as he thinks he is. Mavropoulos, not so much. I mean, we could go through the Greek national side and try and buy players from there, but that might be the easiest way, actually. Let's do that. Let's have a look at the Greek national side. Who's available? Giannopoulos? Nope. Did we win the Champions League? No, we haven't won the Champions League. No, and we didn't even win the Europa League either. So what happened was we got sacked on the eve of the Europa League final, and Larissa then lost the Europa League. So they lost to Brighton, which was bittersweet, and we found it funny. But then they got to the semi-finals of the Europa League again this year. So we've equipped them well to sort of like, do well enough in Europe, which of course is what we need. So yeah, it's just a matter now of making sure that that we now can sort of be the next team up there, make ourselves known and make a bit of a statement and stay there. So, right, looks like we're trying to bring a couple of players in, but they are all from the Rissa, sadly. So it's maybe slightly defeating the object, but they are leaving. So I guess in that sense, we are keeping them in the division. Theodoulus, he does look good, doesn't he? 2.8 mil. I mean, we need a striker. Unflappable, 20 years old. He's sort of Greek and German at the same time. 3.4 million. That's not particularly expensive. 18 for finishing. Composed only 13. Anticipation's 14. Off the ball's 15. He's an interesting one. He is an interesting one. He could be interesting as well, actually. So yeah, let me know what you think. What do we need to do? We need Greek players. So do we bring first teamers in? Do we bring fringe players in? These are all players who are playing all over the place. We don't need these players. And we still need we still really need a striker, to be honest. So I'm wondering whether or not that German Greek striker could be the guy. Is he going to be the one that leads the line? Freddie Clark's gone to Southampton. We expect him to be a big player. Miglis. Let's give you another year just because of the fact we need Greek players. And then let's give Panuzis another year as well. He might not play, but that's what we need in it. We just need Greek players for Europe. So yeah, there's a lot of players coming in. And we've got to try and register them all at once. So that's probably going to cause a whole load of issues. So Stelios can come in. Now he's a fullback. Now what fullbacks we brought in? We're bringing in right back wise. We're bringing in Midluli, who is very, very good, to be honest. 20-year-old South African. He looks quite tasty, doesn't he? And we're also bringing in Ndongo, who is a Cameroon and French international. Who again is also very good. So maybe we don't actually need Stelios unless we put him at left back. Relishes big matches. What do we think? Is it worth another? He's quick. He's brave. His passing and tackling aren't particularly good. He's more of a winger, isn't he, than a defender. Hey, even Tristan, how are you, buddy? It's a lovely shirt. This is really, really nice. Don't we all about? It's better than that sports washing attire that you've got. So, hope you're well, buddy. Nice to see you. Dalkeshki stays. What do you reckon? Is Stelios worth a shout? Did we see enough of Emil Larissa to justify bringing him in on a free? He didn't really play much at Hetafe, did he? 10 games, 6.62. It's a bit of a nostalgia kit. Oh yeah, it's an absolute nod. It's an absolute nod, and they've done a great shout. Like, to be fair, Newcastle's away kit is pretty impressive as well. The sponsor's disgusting, obviously, as the sponsor here is disgusting. But, you know, that Newcastle kit is one of the iconic kits as well. Like that maroon and navy blue hoops. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So he falls in line with 15 sprints, so that puts him into medium territory. He's got 2 pressures, which isn't brilliant. 5 progressive passes, which isn't great. A few kits this year. Iconic looks to be coming back. There's so many great retro kits coming back, and like the revival of the retro badges as well has been pretty cool. I don't know whether it's a 90s thing and people are just like on board with it, and it works. But you know what? Right, we need Greek players. Get them in. But yeah, I don't know whether it's just the fact we're all old enough to know that these are the kits that are great. So yeah, it's cool to see. It's really, really cool to see. Vazeli's come in as well. Now we know what we're getting with Vazeli. We know what we're getting with Juninho. So yeah, I brought him in because he's Greek and he's fine. Look at that guy. Oh, look at that guy. Doesn't want to join. It's fine. Any move on the coefficients? Still 6th. When do we find out? When does the coefficient change? Is it when the transfer window opens? Or are we where we are? We are very well indeed, Tristan. Very well indeed, thank you. The season ended well. We finished third. So we're in the Champions League playoff, which would have been unheard of at the start of the season, because the idea was we were meant to finish in the top half. We're like, right, let's just have one season of consolidation. But because we had nothing else to play for, and all we had to do was just focus on the league, then we basically just stormed all the way at the top. Larissa finished 5th, so we finished 2 places and 12 points ahead of Larissa. So that means that we were justified in our decision to move on. The board, of course, now looks silly that they sacked us, but that's on them, innit? Really. Even FMC, you were lost on Wednesday on the stream. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible shame, but we are back. So appreciate you being here, and sorry for not being around, but we are back now. So hope you well. Hope this stream finds you good. Fuck Larissa, indeed. Yes, we used to like them, but not anymore. Not anymore. They're not our team. They're not the people's team. This is the people's team. Crete are the people's team. What I am going to do is I am going to buy more players, because I think that's how you solve a problem, isn't it? Just keep adding players in until eventually there's too many people there. I say we go for this guy. We've got the money, haven't we? What's his contract say? Clubs in a... Oh, due to clubs who are in Europe. All right, okay, so... Coefficient updates mid-June. It just happened on my save. All right, okay, so it must be... So we obviously haven't really updated then is what we're trying to say. We've not really improved. Sixth still. Has it changed? Has that gone down to 56? No, 66. Yeah. It stayed the same. I thought that would have gone up a bit, to be honest. Given the fact that Larissa were in the final again. Oh, sorry, semi-finals again. So, but there you go. That's what's happened there. So not a trouble. 48 million quid. We haven't got that kind of money, have we? We don't have that sort of cash. Right, we've released some players. Some players need new contracts for next season. Let's just skip through all this, shall we? We're not going after Echo Sura, believe it or not. Let him go somewhere else. Just gonna try and nudge through and see what happens when the schedule comes out. Here we go. What we got? Agios Nikolaos. Then nothing. Then we've got a Champions League match. Yeah, straight in. Panzerakis with a friendly, and then it's just Champions League and away we go. So, right, let's see what we've got then in terms of transfers in, shall we? See what people are thinking. The transfer window is open. We always look to improve the squad, but we've signed so many players already. Have you had the inbox to tell you whether they moved up or down? Yes, we have. Yeah. So, all right. So that's when it happens. Okay, got you. Interesting player called Jonathan. I mean, I like the sound of him. 26 million quid. Also linked with Alberto Giulio. I mean, the media think we're going to spend a lot of money, and I'm not entirely convinced that that's what we are going to be doing, because everyone we bought so far has been free. Yeah, 16 signings finalized. That is a lot. That is a lot. But when you think about how many players we've had that have gone out, it's not that bad, really, in the grand scheme of things. So Adebayo Samuel's come in, who is now worth 7 million quid, apparently. Could potentially be loaned out if needs be. And Dongo has come in. He's currently in the under 19s, so that's interesting. Diaz has come in at centre half. We did need a centre half. Leading Super League player, likes big matches. Evening Nevsky, how are we, buddy? Looking forward to seeing these players settle in. I am as well, but it's going to be a lot of time to try and work this out. So Samuel's in and Dongo's in and Diaz is in. So that's 3 players that people are happy to see so far. Right, okay. So C+ for Samuel, B- for Ndongo, C+ for Diaz, who despite was like one of the best rated central defenders in the league. Quartier we've signed full time. We knew how good he was from last year. He was pretty decent at centre back for us. Luli, the South African centre back, £11 million. Right back, sorry. Looks very good indeed. Inverted winger. Fullback. I mean, he's a talent, isn't he? even if we sell him on pretty quick, that's a very good signing. Margaritas Papagiorgakis, young striker. He's come in to be basically hanging in the background, so not a problem there. He goes into the reserves. Ian Zeep, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. So he doesn't technically count as part of the 16. Knurzik is a Polish left back. He definitely counts. Great hair. He looks very, very good indeed. So he's here along with Erik Auk, who's a Norwegian left back. He's only 19. So again, I think he should be fairly good. Signing day for 47 players. 16 for now, Zeep. Only 16 for now. So we might have, one or two might still need to be moved out. Aluan Basse might need to be put out for loan potentially, just to sort of see if he fancies going. We'll move him out at the end of the transfer window, to be honest. So that was interesting for those three. Akun looks at a nice pickup. He looks at a backup. I think had we not got Kvernik, he would have been first choice, but I think Kvernik has now potentially gone to first choice. So yes, I think Auk may well become the backup left back at this point. Ben Clargo, rules for the save, rules for the stream. Which one are you after, Ben? Rules for the stream. Well, we haven't really got rules. It's more of it's a build a nation, so we're trying to make Greece the best nation we possibly can in Europe. We initially started out at Larissa, who were a second division club, moved them into the Premier League, so probably the top division of Greece. Won them the title once, got them to the Champions League, but then 17 seasons in, they actually got us sacked, so that wasn't great. And then we've taken over Crete, and Crete have never been in the top three before, but they are now. So we're basically taking them to the highest position they've ever been. Got them into the Champions League qualifiers the first time asking. So we're now, in terms of it being Moneyball, we are doing it. Everything's on the cheap at this point. So this season is basically, we have cash, but we have lost a load of players on a free. So we're essentially taking all the bulk wages and re-signing free players with the idea to then cash in next year. But ultimately, we want to be buying players who are better than what we've got for cheaper than what we got. We have some stats that we work off, which are within the database. We have previously pulled out spreadsheets. We've used the Musterman skin. We're just kind of trying to get under the hood, to be honest, of Crete before we fully commit into changing the dynamic and the strategy completely. But yeah, it's very much a case of if a player's for sale, then player's for sale. If the bid comes in that seems reasonable, they're out the door. So that's where we are. And there's big Fecunda is in as well. So I think we bought pretty good. We bought pretty good, to be honest. Lots in. Some Greek players brought in because obviously we needed to do that. But yeah, this should be an exciting season. I'm very, very excited to see how it goes. Dennis Halil, away you go. You're out the door, mate. Does the season preview has us as champions just yet? Second joint with the AK. That's interesting. That is interesting. I think we've there's still a lot of the transfer window to go. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not done yet. But yeah, the media are now starting to think we've done a good job. what's my opinion on the international management side of things? What, in terms of how it currently is, or... I mean, how it currently is not brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's not great. They've taken it out next season. If they're doing it to fix it and bring it back completely brand new and made better, then that's awesome. I love that. If it comes back and it's not much better, then I'll be very, very concerned. And I'll be wondering why it's not better. But yeah, there's part of me thinks that it's good that they've taken it out, because if they're saying, look, you know, if we had the chance to do this again, would we still do it? If they're saying, well, no, we wouldn't, and we can tell you right now we wouldn't because we're taking it out, then I like that. I really like that. Yeah, hopefully it comes back in at some point in a much more focused way, because at the minute it doesn't really. I don't know, like, international management's just not really clicking. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have it here as part of our save, but I don't really enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there any FM feature headlines just yet? Been off grid for months. Yeah, everything's been taken out essentially, Lulu Buster. All they've done is they've kept the name. That's pretty much it. You know, like everything's been removed and everyone's angry. So. Headline features the new engine, anything else is a bonus. I mean, the new engine now has to be incredible. That's the problem. Because of the fact that there's because of the fact that they've taken everything out, then the match engine has to be incredible. And I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be. Elaborate, right. So, touchline shouts have been removed because they don't work. International management's gone because they can't get it to work the way they want it to work in FM25. Players' weight has been removed. Draft mode's been taken out. Versus mode has been taken out. What else has gone? Trying to think. I'm sure there's something else that's been removed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The chalkboard. The chalkboard Musterman's in. Yes, there you go. Yeah, the chalkboard's gone. But they have moved to Unity, and therefore everything's going to be great. So there you go. That's it. Right, Gory wants a new contract. I want you to have a new contract as well, Gory, but I don't want you to have a contract with a buyout clause. Oh yeah, and it's delayed as well. So it's going to come out at the back end of November rather than the start. Apologies, it's already been covered. How this morning go? It hasn't been covered. Must have been. Nobody asked. It went fine. It went fine. Thank you. I think 7 out of 10. I think there's one answer that I probably should have done a little bit better, and maybe one answer that I didn't fully expand upon. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I don't get this one, I know that there's another job coming up very, very shortly that's something I can do as well. So yeah, we'll see. You do love me more than other people. And someone who's on the fellow who's on the interview panel was a Villa fan, so I had a bit of crack on with him at that point. And I did mention that John McGinn follows me on Twitter, so we'll see how that works. Yeah, that could be the clincher, because if he's like, oh, who do we hire? God, the guy who knows John McGinn, clearly. Like, that's the answer, right? Yeah, the rest of the interview was a formality at that point. So he didn't write a single thing. He's just like, I was like, it's clearly in the bag. It was just a new role within my company, so it was a promotion. So I can't say specifically what it is, because it's one of those job roles that doesn't really mean anything unless you're even in the company, and even then, I don't necessarily think that it means much in the company, because there was some people weren't entirely sure what it meant either. So, but it would be a great opportunity, and it would be a lot more money, and yeah, it'll be fun. So hopefully something will happen. And if I don't get that one, then like I say, there's another one that's coming very soon, so fingers crossed. Bakun is on loan in your Bradford save, tearing up League One. Oh, A15, of course he is. Bakun is the man. We love Bakun. What do I do for work? At the minute, I work as a fraud investigator for an insurance company, which is interesting when you consider the background that I've had. I was a comedian all the way up until COVID, and that then changed things. So yeah, COVID and kids and lots of stuff. I am a comedian as well. International fraudster. I mean, I'm not doing the fraud. It's more about, like, stopping the other people do the fraud. You thought you were going mad. Oh, don't worry. We all go a little mad around here sometimes, Ben. So you join in. But yes, it was this week was my 16th comedy anniversary, which nobody cared about, by the way, in the Discord, and and other people have mocked me about it already, which I completely agree. I was mocking myself with it as well. So yeah, 16 years in comedy. The last few maybe have been questionable given the way the world is, but we are slowly getting back to it. In fact, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do live show tickets. Where's the live shows? Is it TFMS Live? Doesn't even work. I haven't even got a command for this yet. As Dan says, that's right. Yeah. We've all got each other. Nottingham Comedy Festival. There you go. FM Show Live. That's the one. Nottingham Comedy Festival, and also Birmingham as well. FM Show Live on the 27th of October. God, that's creeping up. So yeah, please buy tickets for these shows. Otherwise, it'll just be me talking in an empty room, and that's what's happening now. To be honest, and we only want this for so long. Of course, I forgot we bought Little Vice as well, haven't we? Zeke, this is your man. This is the man you think's got the wand of a left foot in it. Vision 17, passing 16, first touch 17. Slovakian, comes deep to get the ball, hard-working midfielder. I've got a lot of hope on this guy. Doesn't like big matches. Good. Excellent. Imagine it's an FM news conference with an empty room. No, that'll be it. Lelujo, welcome in, my friend. How are we, sir? Hope you're well. Welcome. Rich Brown, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Lelujo's playing the FC. What the heck? My word. How are you, Kev? How are you, Raiders? Welcome in. Offshore Wasted. Nice to see you, my friend. This is Build a Nation. Build a Nation Greece, everybody. We're currently 19 seasons now, I should say, sorry. Pop up and pipping me. Sorry, I've butchered that one. Appreciate the follow, Offshore Wasted. Appreciate the follow as well. 19 seasons we're in now. 17 seasons at Larissa, who started off as a second division club, and we got them into the top division, made them champions, and then on the eve of the Europa League final, they sacked us, because we refused to use young players because they refused to invest in the youth system. So what we did was we took over at OFI in Crete, because their manager went and took the job at Larissa, and what we then did was we finished third in the league and got into the Champions League qualifiers, and Larissa finished fifth. So joke's on them. We basically are the best, and Larissa are already tumbling down the league, and yeah, that's where we are. So we're just about to start our pre-season. As you can see here, we've got some friendlies. Well, we've got one friendly against Agios Nikolaos and Panzerakos, and we've got the Champions League qualifiers in here as well. We've just completed the signing of 16 players, which sounds a lot, but they're not all going to be first team players, obviously, and it only cost us 18 million quid. We've had some players leave, mainly all on free transfers, so end of season release fees, but it'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's a bit of a rebuild this season already. One season in, we're rebuilding the team, but I'm excited. I think we've got some good stuff. I think the players play well together. I think the team looks good when we get going. So yeah, that's where we are. So as I say, so welcome. If this is the sort of thing you like, please feel free to drop a follow. That'd be much appreciated. And of course, if you've come from Kev's stream, you might have seen Kev on the FM show a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't, there's the link right there. Go and have a little listen to it on the audio form, or if you prefer to listen on to watch it on YouTube, then come and grab this link here. Well, let me grab it for you. Save you all a click. I'm good like that, you see. Right, that's us there. That's the FM show pod. There you go. Players work well together, which is why you're selling and replacing them all. Yes, exactly, Musterman. That's 100% the reason why. Just 16. I'm watching the chaos of second yellow cards. Loan farm couldn't cope with that. Yeah, we're not doing a loan farm. I cannot keep that many things going on. Like this 300 players. Nah, it's not for me. This is too much for me. Some of these players need to leave as well that are already here. So it's not going to be. This is not going to be the first team squad. But yeah, we're doing a rebuild with Crete at this point. 25-man squad? I don't think so. Probably a little bit more than that. Weekle the Scatman's in on a follow, and Geordie Lad as well. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for coming and being part of the stream. 400. I mean, it's cheating, isn't it? Let's be honest, right? It's cheating. Yeah. Is there any way to sell players who I don't really need? There is, but not for massive money. Like, you could use the intermediaries. It will cost you. But yeah, if you just want them off the books, you maybe might sort of get someone who's maybe worth a couple of million quid. You might end up selling them for 250 grand or 300 grand or something. So it can be done. I wouldn't necessarily say it's advisable personally, but each to their own. Some might say it's fraudulent. Major cattle sick and the yellow card is trading. It is a little bit, innit? It's like, it's almost human trafficking is what he's doing. And I'm not suggesting he does do that, but I am suggesting he's doing it. So, Interpol, if you're watching, or who else is into that sort of thing, I guess any sort of humanitarian aid charity maybe might be keen to have a little look at second yellow card and say, look, I think what you're doing, mate, is exploitative. So yeah, I'm not saying, let's investigate it, but just if anybody happens to be investigating, then feel free to just take a little look. And just come back with any findings you've got, There's nowhere Malta could cope with the population influx. I mean, he's sunk Malta, He's a monster, you can say. Yeah, he is, yeah. Second yellow card, second class citizen. That's what he might as well call himself, yeah. But a lovely human being. So it swings and roundabouts, innit? If you're gonna do it, at least be nice. So there's that. Lovely Matt, the absolute monster. Yeah, which is the title of a really, really good children's book, I think. So yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. Can you imagine having 3 players at one Maltese team? That's pretty much the entire population. Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine trying to, like, to go around first day in the of training going, fuck's this guy? Like, everyone's going to have name badges on. That doesn't look professional, does it? So, yeah, I think it's not for me. It's not for me. It's too much for me to have to focus on. So I don't do that. I do it this way. And I'm not saying it's any more effective because I've only won 1 trophy in 19 years. So if anything, it's less effective, clearly. You feel for the loan manager. Yeah, and he's on a pitiful wage. The squad photo was taken with a panoramic camera. It's done on Google Earth. It makes Chelsea's photograph look like a 5-a-side team, you know? So, yeah, very interesting. Like I say, if you have come through from Kev's stream, by the way, let us know who you're managing in your save. Let us know your thoughts on FM25. Come on, let's hear them. Not many people are happy. Have we got anyone who's happy coming in? Who's excited for FM25? Or if you're not, why not? Vieira has left his Olympiacos post. So the Olympiacos job's become available, has it? Okay. Hey, Captain, come over here. Need someone to translate with the new guys. Yeah. Like, you know, the notes are like on little scraps of paper. They're on like literally like sort of A4 pads. Dan's in on the resub, 38 months. Dan, appreciate it, my friend. Very kind indeed. Who's Matthias Royce, the Pasjania manager, is the favourite. So Olympiacos could be out of the running this season then. We'll see. Liam Mitch, not happy. We're seeing a PC version phased out for a console-based game. Are we though? Are we, Liam? I think until we see something, the problem that we've got, that I think that we've all looked at, the problem that we've all got is we've still not seen anything, and I think that's been the issue that everyone's basing it on. Everyone's basing their views on the same thing. We haven't seen anything, and that's the bit that's concerning. You know, what I think Liam's saying is that if all you hear is things that are being taken out, then no, he's not upset me. What I'm doing is I'm trying to defend Liam in case other people try and have a go at Liam, because I don't think it's fair, right? It's only natural if you keep hearing that things have been removed that you think that's a stripped down game. Okay, that makes sense. That's logical, right? What SI haven't done is tell us what's coming in its place. That's what's concerning. That's what's probably getting people's backs up, and what's concerning people the most is that you can take stuff out, fine, but they're not telling you what's going in its place. Is that my interpretation? Am I about a bit right there? That's what I think we're at. Everyone blows the cuts out of proportion. As long as the match engine remains solid, graphics are more polished, I don't care about the things they've taken out. See, I'm not even that bothered about the graphics, Parspo, but I know that some people are. Evening, by the way, as well. Some people are desperate for the graphics to look brilliant. But for me, the graphics don't define the game. Like, I would play on 2D. I would play on... You know, I was raised on the text version. So for me, the graphics aren't important. But you know what? As a streamer, I understand that the graphics need to be better because you want to watch something that looks interesting. But then I saw the other day people stream Pokemon from what looks like a Game Boy. So the graphics aren't the be all and end all. Like, you know, ultimately this game is about strategy. It's about tactics. It's spreadsheets. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not World of Warcraft. It's not Call of Duty, it's not Grand Theft Auto 6. It doesn't have to look stunning. Like, FIFA doesn't look stunning either, let's be honest, right? FIFA only looks good once you zoom in on the replays. But like, would the game be any better with better graphics? No, it wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't be better with better graphics. Like, what would be better is making sure that the game itself is better. That's the thing. The graphics do not make the game better. But I understand why people want better graphics, because, you know, technology advances. Like, I sort of get it. If someone said to me, do you want it? It wouldn't be high on my list of improvements, put it that way, personally. But that's why everyone's got their own agenda, hasn't it? You know, the screenshots look very console friendly. Gives us a shit sandwich. You've taken this out, then give us this. All the options we got until more. Do the screenshots look console-y? Again, I'm just going to try and just... Or does it look cleaner? Like, because, for example, say I click here, right? That doesn't look console-y. These little panels here don't look console-y. And that's all we've seen, really. We've seen tiles. You know, we don't know how they're arranged. We don't know what they're going to look like, but everything's tiles already. Like, it's just how information's presented. Now, what we seem to think about from here is that it's now going to look less cluttered. Doesn't mean that the information's not going to be there. I think that's what some people think as well, is that it's going to be stripped back, that they're not going to get as much information. Football Manager is one of the most in-depth games on the market. They're not going to suddenly cut a whole load of stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not going to give you no information. What I do think they're doing, my interpretation of this, is that they're presenting it in a cleaner way. And not just for newer gamers, and it will be for some of it will be for newer gamers, because there's now 10, 11, 12 million of us. But also, the world's changed. Like, you know, websites change. Look at Web 2.0. It's not the same as the first websites. Like, you know, when infinite scrolling websites are there now, we get used to it very, very quickly. It doesn't mean there's less information there. It doesn't mean that things have been taken away. It just means that the aesthetic is cleaner and easier to manage. And if we've got stuff that's better for quality of life, that's great. But I do understand why people have, in my view, misinterpreted it, that it looks like a console game. I just think that these are segments, these are tiles, these are, you know, and if it looks like PlayStation or Xbox, then fine. Like, everything's got to look the same. Why design 2 and 3 games? They've probably got more players on Xbox and PlayStation. This is maybe a guess now at this point. Have they got more players on Xbox and PlayStation than they have on PC? They didn't have 10 million players a couple of years ago, did they? Mobile's not changing, so mobile's staying the same. Isaac, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Was it RDF that said the concept screens look like real life scouting reports? Yes, he did say that. He did. We need to finish in the top 3 positions. Ooh. All right. Let's see where we go, shall we? SI are in a lose-lose situation. Players loaning. It isn't really changing over. Players complaining it isn't changed over the last few years. And traditionalists won't be happy with the largely modified version. I think what you've started to say there is absolutely right, Hutch. Like, people complain it doesn't look different, it doesn't change, but then when you change it, people complain. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, people want things to change, but they don't want it to change like that. And you can't please everybody, and you shouldn't try and please everybody, because not everyone's right. I'm not right. Do you know what I mean? I'm not right. You know, not everyone in the chat's right. But we all have our own views on how things should be, and that's not to say that any one of us is right or wrong, or our views are any less than anyone else's. But imagine trying to please every single one of us in the chat. You'd have 100 different games. Evening Llama, how are we, my friend? Hope you're well. Chat is always right. Oh, Popuna, you've not been here long. You've not been here long. Chat is usually right when it comes to things that I've done, but in terms of the wider conversation, chat is sometimes wrong. Chat and streamer is very wrong. Streamer is very wrong. It does look like a console, mobile game, or app. Those mediums have forced companies to be far more considered in how they deliver information in a digestible manner. It's not the Cup Final shirt, Llama. No, this is the new one. It's based on the Cup Final shirt. Difference, of course, being that there's more chevrons down the side, and there's a horrible betting sponsor on the front. But it's a belter, isn't it? It's a belter, taken from one of the finest Sunderland shirts ever made and redone. So, yes, I'm very, very happy. How are you, my friend? I hope you're good. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Absolutely. I hope that life's well. I hope all the family llamas are good. Of course, if you're not following Llama, please go and drop that man a follow, because he's one of the best to do it. And he's on an 8.4. There you go. That's what we're talking about. I also don't think there's a problem with going towards a mobile console version approach. I don't think it's as bad as people make out. As I say, I think that it makes complete sense to have the game look the same, because why not? Why would you not? Why would you not want everybody to be singing from the same hymn sheet? Like, it makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? You should surely want to be in a situation where if someone picks up a game on Xbox, that if they think, all right, this is brilliant, I want to continue and play this on the PC, they buy it, they put it on the PC. What if they've then got to learn a brand new game completely? They're not going to be happy with that, are they? Like, they're going to stop playing it. So you want to make sure that transition between PC and console and PC and PC and mobile is fairly seamless. Like, it makes sense. It might not be what some people want, but it makes sense. You know, look at, like, I guess, you know, mobile gaming is a thing. Personally, I don't do mobile gaming. I'm not really into it myself, but it's not going anywhere. Like, it's only getting more popular. And I think that, the developers need to look at that and go, right, there's got to be, right, how do we capitalize on that market? Yeah. Having them all the same can aid better development. They could develop in one game rather than multiples. Exactly. Yeah. Like, and it's not going to be the exact same game. Like FIFA on the Xbox and FIFA on the mobile looks similar. It's not the same game, but it looks similar, right? And FIFA on the PC looks similar to FIFA on the Xbox or the PlayStation. Grand Theft Auto looks similar on the PC and the Xbox. Like, why would you make it look two different things? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? It just don't make any sense, does it? Like, just try and, like, focus on one thing. Have one thing and do it good. Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a look and see what we've got in terms of new players. Jason Calaspira, by the way, nice to see you. Is out good enough for the place for the first team, or do we need to loan him out? Bassi needs to be retrained as a striker, possibly. Do you reckon? Where's Bassi? Bassi's inside forward. Well, we play with inside forwards, so he's in a good spot there. His finishing's good. His composure is fine. Anticipation's all right. He's not particularly strong. He might be able to play up front, possibly. He needs to add some goal scoring to his game. But yeah, we'll see what the friendlies look like so far. I'm curious as to what we can do with the side, because yeah, we just need to try and see what these new players look like. Is it rant tonight? I didn't get the memo. I didn't particularly. I wasn't hoping for it to be a rant, Llama. I'm trying to actually. I'm trying to do an anti-rant. I'm trying to not rant, but I get the impression I've failed miserably. I get the impression I failed miserably. So sorry about that. Sorry. I was trying to be lovely. Yeah, ranting at the ranters. I mean, again, I'm trying to be nice. I've been up. I've had a long day. But I'm trying to sort of like rationalise. And this must be my rational voice. My rational voice is a bit more ranty than normal. So, yeah, I don't know. I think, look, SI need to drop something big very, very quickly to get people back on side. That's where I'm at with it. Like, you know, the Premier League license, it's not enough. It came too early, and it came before all of the cuts. So it needed to sort of almost come after the cuts. And for someone who doesn't play the Premier League, then it's not really that interesting for me, to be honest. But again, for some people, that'll be huge. For some people, that'll be amazing. They want to see more Salah's face. You know, they want to see Haaland's face. You know, they want to see, Declan Rice's face. So, to notice how quickly I ran out of Premier League players. But you know, it's not how we play the game, and I guess that's the thing. There's that many different ways to play it. You're not going to please everybody. SI removing the ball next. They might as well. Yeah, get rid of it. Do we know why the delay is there more now? Why there's more delays? What? Is it more delays for the announcements? I think the game's just taking a bit longer because they're doing something completely brand new. They're building a brand new game, so I think it's natural for the game to take longer. I think, potentially. Everyone's in the wrong, says Llama. SI's marketing is shocking. They've not said anything that's too controversial. People's reaction is a bit hyperbolic. People need to spend more time with their loved ones and get some perspective. This is why Llama's here, you see? Llama's the official grown-up. Don't get angry. Honestly, Llama, some of the comments we've seen on the podcast for the last few episodes, you'd think first of all that people were being forced to buy the game, right? And it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, honestly, it's like sort of, you're right, okay, so we've taken out international management and shot your parents. Like, hang on, what? That seems unfair, but that's how they're being treated. And yeah, just it's wild. It's absolutely wild. It's just a video game. It's not important at the end of the day. It's genuinely not important. What people need to realise is that there's a load of cool stuff still happening on FM24, right? Like, this is fun. This stream is fun. Llama's stream is fun. The FM Show podcast is flying at the minute, despite the fact that everyone says that FM24 content is dead. Genuinely, we are posting up bigger numbers than we've ever posted before. Granted, we've got the biggest guests in the business on at the minute, but there's a lot to be having fun with. Just have fun with your game. Do you know what I mean? Like, make it what you need to make it. We're creators. We look past all these issues. I said it on the podcast this week. We look past the issues and we tell you a story. That's what we do, right? That's why I'm not looking at it as everything is doom and gloom. I'll make a story out of whatever comes out of FM25, right? Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I will find a story and I will tell it. And you'll all do the same if you want to. Yeah? If you don't want to, that's not a problem as well. Just you go and do whatever you need to do. It's not a problem. Yeah? It's not a problem. If you don't want to get FM25, stay on FM24. If you didn't buy FM24 because you're waiting for FM25, fine. Not a problem. You know, but you're right, Liam. Yeah, it's healthy discussion, but I think that I agree with you. But I'm concerned that some people take it too far. And I know you obviously haven't. So, but people, again, like if someone expresses an opinion, they instantly jump straight back on. And it's like, we've had like, what, a couple of months worth of this, I think, from people. And it's like, just trying to keep a lid on it so that everyone's nice. And especially when there's new people come in as well, I want to kind of be like, right, we're all right. We're fun around it. We're nice around it. We're chilled. We're not going to argue. We've been through this before and we're still no further forward. Yeah. Do we need a free kick taker and a penalty taker? I mean, if we can fit them in the squad, we probably need a new stadium with all the players. So we'll see how far we get there. One of your best mates is A15 is still playing FM18 with the Ancelotti tactic from 14. I mean, my word. Well played. Well played. FMC will add some positivity. Mentioned before, new to Twitch, came here via 5-star potential and FM show podcasts. Both great podcasts. 5 stars, fantastic as well. If you're not following that, make sure you check that one out. They've got Crete on this week. Very, very good episode. So do have a listen. In fact, I'm on in a couple of weeks, actually. Oh, Tomic! Overhead kick. What a goal that is. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I know it's weak opposition, but look at the technique. Keeper's got to do a little bit better, but that's cracking. Tony and other people I've discovered along the way have managed to keep my mood up during some rubbish mental health weeks. Thanks, Tony Lama. Second yellow card and the rest. Well, that's what we need to be doing as well. Yeah. Keep your mental health in check as well. Because, yeah, it's not worth winding yourselves up over a game. But remember, this is what this game's about as well. It's escapism. Do you know what I mean? This is an escapism. This is everything that's wrong with the world is not in here. You know? There's no sport. There's less sports watching in here. 5-star potential is slightly better in my opinion because there's more bullying and abuse. There you go, says Busy Baron. Yeah, some people want the more aggressive podcast, which is totally fine, and that's the joy of it, because you know there's something for everyone, isn't there? Can't wait until this time next year when we're all moaning about international football management coming back. Can't believe they put it in. It's rubbish. RDF and TJ bromance makes me jealous. Oh, bless you. Well, look, it's a relationship formed on respect and admiration, and you know, he's a good boy, that one, isn't he? You know, I've discovered the community on here has been very supportive and positive. You're a credit to humanity. I mean, some of us, yes, some of us. We all want to be. Like Noel and Liam in real life can't stand each other. It's over the cameras. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You should have seen us trying to get the after we left the Athletic. Oh, we had to sit down. There's intermediaries and everything. Go on, can you just do the show? And I was like, can't. We can't do the show. Can't. Yeah, we've got two gigs to sell as well, much like Oasis, although slightly smaller numbers. We've got one in October in Birmingham, which is the 27th of October, so you can come to that if you're in about Birmingham. And if you wanted to come and see us in Nottingham, come and see us in Nottingham on November the 4th. And as Lama has rightly said, if you want to become a part of our community, you can also come and join the Discord, where you'll find all the details about upcoming live shows and even meet people to meet up with. So do it as a meet-up. We've done them for, this will be the 4th year in a row now, I think. And they've all been brilliant, and people have genuinely met people from the stream and from the Discord and become friends. So it's cool. Nottingham's a really, really good hangout. We all stay over, and Birmingham's an early finish, so we'll get done from 5 to 8. So again, yeah, come meet us, hang out, have a pint, or you know, whatever your your beverages, and just come and be part of it. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really lovely. Everyone's just out for the same thing. Everyone's chilled. So, yeah. Never had London meets. Tony hates the idea of a £10 pint. Oh, too right, I hate the idea of a £10 pint. I had the worst pint of Guinness in the hotel last night as well. By the way, £6. £6 for an absolute shocker of a pint. It was, dreadful. Dreadful. It's those cans, the cans with the magnets. But, yeah. We will get a London date sorted. The thing is, it's not about me not wanting to do it. It's about trying to convince a venue that a podcast about Football Manager is good enough to have a live show. Do you know what I mean? Because venues just take a little bit of time to understand that. It's pretty tough. But hopefully we can get something. Started off at 5-star, and it was Dupe on the FM show that got me into that. Tried the FM show before, but kept falling asleep before the Manscaped plugin could end. Hey, Manscaped plugin, you can't fall asleep after that. That was absolute imperative information, right? Don't blame me if your balls are hairy, right? I was telling you to make them nice and tidy. But yeah, the Manscaped sponsor. Oh, what a finish that is by Auk. I'm gonna have to chase Manscaped back up now because the numbers are, as I say, the numbers are flying. So I'll be like, what about this? Yeah, I like the Manscaped adverts, but it's the problem is that the Manscaped adverts were for a podcast, which is what the FM show is. But YouTube don't seem to understand that. YouTube go, we want YouTube videos, and getting people's viewing habits to understand that there will be adverts before a podcast, it didn't quite fly. So I'll need to think of a way of restructuring that, maybe put them midway through or whatever. But yeah, never mind. It's one of those. They were very smooth, very refreshing, and smelled lovely. So yeah, I'm not paid to say Manscaped's good anymore, but if you do want to shave your balls, I would suggest using Manscaped personally, as a consumer myself. Oh, pick that one out. Mansouri with a great effort from outside the box, in off the underside of the bar. This has been a match of incredible goals. Look at that. I should mention that. I mentioned this to Mrs. J just before I came on tonight. I was listening to Radio 5 in the car on the drive up, and one of the presenters, new presenter I think it was trying to do he was doing a political show, and he had a segment where he was trying to create a cabinet, political cabinet, from all the constituencies in the country of normal people, everyday humans, and all at random. And yesterday, he had to. The person that they phoned was in York Outer, right? And they had to sort of explain why they wanted to be the candidate for York Outer. And the person rang up and they said they were currently driving through it and it looks like a donut, so they thought it was a bit rubbish. And then that was enough to get them voted in, which I thought was a bit of a weak argument, to be honest. Right? What they then had to do an apology for was shortly after that, in York Outer, a person called Marco rang up and explained that York Outer is not like a donut, it's actually shaped like a polo, because the polo mint was first originated from York. And the presenter had to make an apology because he didn't realise that the Marco from York that rang up was former Sunderland striker Marco Gabbiadini, who of course lives in York and used to play football for York and has a bed and breakfast in town. And I was like, that is incredible. One of the greatest strikers that Sunderland have ever had. ringing up, complaining on a political show, Radio 5 Live, going, I think you'll find York is like a polo mint. I was like, fuck's sake, Gabbiadini. Like, and this era, Gabbiadini. His brother Ricardo as well. Ricardo and Marco Gabbiadini, the most exotic signing players that Sunderland ever had at the time. Oh, and Darius Kubicki, who went on to become Poland manager. Oh, it's an absolute, I think you'll find. It's superb, isn't it? Just sitting there just going, I need to ring the radio station. It's not a fucking, it's a bloody polo mint. Well, do they not know anything about this place, you know? But yeah, so just in case anyone's wondering, Marco Gabbiadini does listen to Radio 5 Live. Someone on YouTube is asking, is there an official FM podcast coming out with FM25? Sure, Miles mentioned it. There is. I don't know too much about it, though, to be honest. Whether it's going to be, as daft as it sounds, whether it's going to be covering FM or not, or whether it's just going to be like real football managers or coaches or whatever. No idea. But yes, there is an official FM podcast coming out. But I think the FM show is probably a better podcast. Certainly one that's there for now. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled though for it coming out. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be very, very high quality. So there used to be one back in the day, years ago. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Aren't polo mints and donuts the same shape? Well, yes and no. Like, because polo mints are perfectly spherical, aren't they? And donuts can be rounder, I suppose. Imagine being Gabbiadini and remaining in England. Yeah, he should be living on the shores of, well, Copacabana or something, maybe. I want to stay at the Gabbiadini bed and breakfast. I've heard it's a name growing up and has always grabbed my attention. Oh yeah, I want to stay there as well. Being the number 9, that'd be perfect. Donuts are squishy in a way that City's aren't. You know what? Musterman's right. Like, I've never seen a squishy City. They are, most of them are pretty robust. If you think about it. Right, there you go, Musterman. Next skin for you is to look at the squishiness of a city. Okay. So there you go. On the scale of donut to my nan's cooking, what is the hardest thing in the world? And the answer is my nan's cooking. Yeah, she wasn't much of a cook. Donuts have cream in them, polo mints don't. Not all donuts. Some donuts are just round donuts. Sugar filled, maybe. Technical terms are rhombus and torus. Yeah, what, for a polo mint? Polo mint's not a rhombus. Isn't a rhombus like 4 sides? This is why in action movies they use donut cities. A rhombus has sharp edges. Yeah, I thought a rhombus was like a square, a slanty square. So a jam-filled. Oh yeah. You get jam-filled donuts. You get custard-filled donuts. You get anything. You get fucking Biscoff in them over here. Chocolate-filled. You name it, you can put it in. That's what she said. That's what P Diddy said. He's going to jail, isn't he? Let's be honest. 700 dildos. 700. Mrs. J said today, she went, 700 dildos. She went, 1,000 bottles of lube. And I went, yeah, but for 700 dildos, that's probably about right, innit? And she was like, yeah, fair enough, actually. She had to do the mental maths, like, that's just over a bottle of lube per dildo. That's probably about right, you know. 700 dildos and 1 bottle of lube, that's not enough. Right? That's not enough. But then my other thought was maybe he just likes doing a slip and slide in the garden and no one's thought of that. And just, all he's out there doing slip and slide, but he prefers it to smell like cherries. So everyone's just too quick to jump, aren't they? Or not if they've been bummed by P. Diddy. So do we need to break out of a graph of dildos versus lube? Yeah. How much lube do you need per dildo? Using dildos like casters. Yeah. Or maybe he's doing maybe he's just doing like sort of climbing, and they've got like rubberized bits on the wall and you can climb up that way like Spider-Man. I'm not sure. I'm speculating. We're in Pig's TJ stream content. We're getting there. Fire it up. This is bizarre even by my standards. I love the way that I can visualize Llama just sitting there going, oh dear. Oh dear. You don't get dildos as wall climbing implements anywhere else. Well, you can find them. You can find them. You just got to go looking for them. Yeah. You don't find them easily, but they are there. My threshold for bizarre is high. That sounds like an album title, doesn't it? Let's see who we can actually register for the Champions League, shall we? This is the Champions League, so we're going to upset presumably half the squad because we've not got enough players. Dalkeski probably wants to be in there. Just need Diallo possibly. Right, now we've got 3 players need to be added, so let's take Diallo out. Nope, it's not really helping. Minimum of 8 players. Oh, well, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? I can wait for 10 minutes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think the method here, the answer here, is never leave the stream. European football is a write-off. I think so. I think you're right. I think we just try our best and win the league. Yeah, that's exactly it. Win the league instead. Let's move you up to the senior squad. Because some of these guys probably aren't going to class as being here long enough, are they? In reality, we're probably not going to be even get out of the Champions League qualifier. If we've got Benfica to play, right, should we just class it as that and just say that's probably enough? Yeah. You must have 4 players trained by the squad. Well, we haven't got 4 players. If you could be a musical instrument for the day, what would you be? I would like to be a timpani. Maybe. I don't know. We haven't got... Hang on, so... You must have 4 players trained by the squad. So what's going to happen then if we can't... I've got, it says here, minimum of 4 players. And I haven't got any, right? So, oh, there you go. Ah, right, okay, right. Take gaps out. Got you. Right. Got you. Okay, Mansouri needs to play, surely. As does Bernardino. Right, I mean, most of these players are now going to get really angry, aren't they? Yeah. It's only going to be 1 match. 2 matches, maybe. Muhammad Ali probably wants to be part of the Champions League squad, I'd imagine. Yeah. Ah, right, there you go. He needs to come out. Right. Take Samuel out? No, Samuel might be fine. I don't want to upset Muhammad Ali. There you go. Right, okay. Loads of players unregistered that are going to be quite upset, I presume. And then this is the league, isn't it? Right, so... Right, a squad of 53 players. That's far too many. Far too many. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Glad to hear that you like that you enjoyed this week's podcast. Very, very kind indeed. It's good, isn't it? I like the fact that we're getting the big hitters on, but also remember to keep checking when the big hitters aren't on, because it's just as good. It's just as good. Right, come on then. Let's go and get our first Champions League match, shall we? You like the number 4? Fine, have all the 4s. 44. All right, you want number 3? Fine, okay. Cortez number 5. Diaz can have number... I think Greece, just give them all crazy numbers. Fecunda 14. Karasha 73. Stelios 40. Auk 53. Vizeli gets 18 maybe. Vice can get number 8. Vizeli can 15. Samuel 25. Urquhart 41. Bassi 57. Mansouri. Bernardino. If I give Bernardino number 9 now as well. Give Bassi number 14. Why? I mean, we don't even know if he's going to be at the club. Does it really matter? Fecunda's already got 14, so it's fine. He can have number 57. You know, it's just numbers, isn't it? It's just numbers at this point. There you go, number 1 in goal. Right. If anyone's upset by the squad numbers, grow up. Okay. I know there will be someone. There will be some people sitting there going, I can't believe it. Can't believe some of the numbers. Bassi's a classic 47. Exactly. You know, he screams 47. Listen to the FM show, and when the big hitters on, it's like watching Oasis at Wembley just to hear Wonderwall. Exactly. You don't have to queue in a ticketing queue for 2 hours though to listen to it. But it is exactly that though. You're right, Llama. Like, you know, we put great shows out every single week, and I love the fact that the big hitters come on and come on the show. But they're on once, they're on twice, and then it's like, well, what happens for the other 50 weeks of the year? We're still, we still got to get the grind in and get the shows done. And we've got some great people. Llama's probably one of the most popular people we have on the show. Musterman's episodes have been incredibly popular. We love those episodes, so come and hang out. There's plenty in there, and even the episodes of me, Si, and Aaron talking. There's a lot to talk about at the minute. And also as well, we've put the Dinamo Zagreb FIFA E save in as well. So come and have a listen to that and take part in that challenge. See if you can beat what Aaron and Matt did, and let us know, because that's something else that's going to be on in the background. So there's plenty of stuff. Binge the lot, followed by the Patreon episodes. Everyone is a big hitter. There you go. See, thank you for that, FMC. The Patreon stuff as well is fantastic. There's some really, really fun stuff in there that is very, very different to all the other stuff as well. So there's some very, very interesting stuff. Right. Janino wants to leave. Me and Janino have a bit of a... We always come in with this. Like, we sign him, he does a job, and then he ends up having to leave because we don't play him much afterwards. And it's like, right, you've sort of got where you've got, haven't you? And then, right, you've done your job, away you go. I go back and listen to the Mafia Bears bit when I need cheering up. I love that bit. I love that bit so much. It's one of Mrs. J's favourite bits as well, to be honest. The shows with me on are great, says Llama. I could listen to myself for hours. Honestly. Llama, we've said before, build a Mount Rushmore. You're on it. You're on it. Yeah, your FM show royalty. Janino keeps overstaying his welcome. I think he probably does, doesn't he? Either that, or I'm maybe I sort of take my eye off the ball a little bit. Like, maybe we should just... If I'm Janino, why bother leaving? I end up coming back. That is true. That is true. I'm going to rename him the Boomerang. Is RDF in line for an actual Zagreb job after they sacked their manager? Cannot confirm or deny that situation at this moment in time. It would be fun though, wouldn't it? Who knows? Who knows with FM? Anything can happen. There's all kinds of fun stuff happens in the game, so maybe. Right, it's us now against Benfica. Tomic wanted by Southampton. He gets a hat-trick in pre-season, including overhead kick, and now Southampton want him. It would allow us to put other players in. It would allow us to put Vice in. It would allow us to put Vazelli in. It would allow us to put Briannas in. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to sell him, but he is a good player. And we don't want to just sell good players for the sake of selling good players. Let's bring Diaz out for Kundo for now. Just for fitness reasons more than anything. Pane for Vice. Bernardo, Cardozo, Mansouri. Evening, Crazy Brit. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Vazelli's dropped off. He's struggling for playing time. Vazelli's brought in because he's Greek. So he's literally here for one reason and one reason only. Like, don't worry. Everyone's on like 2-year contracts. That's it. Like, bring them in for a year. No one's been bought for money. So we're not. It's not costing us anything. Champions League music for OFI for the first time. Here we go. This feels weird, doesn't it? Here we go then. I think they've got Tunde Mikel as well, haven't they? No, it might be a different Michelle, possibly. Oh, look at that blocky graphics there. That's what we talk about in it, about graphical overhaul. It actually mixes with the background. Yeah, I was gonna say it needs some sort of like progressive house to mix with the Champions League, doesn't it? It's the only way to make it look better. It's not Tunde Mikel. Sorry, I was thinking of someone else. Rooney Bargy they've got in their side though. As long as we can keep it fairly tight. If we can nudge it in the home leg, we'll be happy. Gory down the line. It's Cardozo. Oh, Bernardino snatching at it. Especially imported palm trees. They look like those fakers you get at IKEA for 50 quid. You'd have thought our incredibly rich chairman would have bought some proper ones. Michelini over the top. That's right, keep him there. Oof. It's not a problem. Schreiber launches it. Missed the first ball, win the second. Pane almost gives away. Zernik picks it up. Thinks about cutting it back in. Tomic, Bernardino, Mansouri, Ali. Oof. Midlui. The effort. Tipped over for a corner. Cardozo. Mansouri picks it up. Balls up and down the pitch. No one's putting their foot on it at the minute, which is fine. Bit of nerves. We'll take a bit of nerves at this point. We expect that. End to end. Good save by Schreiber. Very good stop. Costain nodded away and cleared away as well. Ortega. Good ball, that's fine. It's gone out. No problem. See if we can add another year to the Bella Gutman curse. That's the plan, but Benfica's a tough opponent. This is what happens when we've got no European pedigree at all with Crete, because we've never been in Europe. Look at that for Bernardino. Great run. Oh! Cardozo got himself into a brilliant position and just lashes at it. He's got to at least work the goalkeeper, surely. Now, we know Cardozo's 33. Right? We've bought players who could be, fitting in his place. They're not on the bench. Samuel maybe, or Aliu. Diassi could potentially be the guy. We'll have to wait and see. That was a big chance though, and it was Bernardino who made it by cutting in from the wing, pulling himself back inside. It's a good first half performance. 6 shots, 3 on target. 6 shots, 4 on target for Benfica. You've seen Benfica win multiple Champions League trophies in the stream. What, in our stream? Not in this stream, surely. They produce high quality new gens. They certainly do. They certainly do. Right, Vaselli for Tomic. Just due to being a yellow card. On multiple streams. All right, got you. I was going to say, I've not seen them win it on my stream. And then again, I've not really been paying too much attention to Champions League or anything like that, because it's not for us, is it? It's not for us. So Vasseli's on for Tomic. I think Cardozo's going to be replaced by Samuel as well. Great save, Shriver. Play it away. All you can see is Zernik's hair. I love it. Do we start to drop off at this point? I know we shouldn't really consider it, but do we look to regroup rather than forcing counter-pressing? Samuel's come on for Cardozo, by the way. But Bernardino's on a 6'3", Mansour's 6'5". Good cross in. Bernardino's header. Keep with the save. Mundluli. Get your foot in it. Get your foot in. Why did they not get their foot in on the halfway line? It's here. This moment here. This is where we need to win the ball, right? There. Put your foot in. Put your foot in here. Who's this? Vazelli. Not quite there. Then Gori misses out. Ali's on a 6'4" now. Yeah, true. Yeah, I guess if he's on a booking, he's not going to make the tackle. That's a fair point. Let's put Dalsheki on then, and let's bring Ali off for Vice. I mean, it's been a good match. It's been a very good match. We're not out of it. And so what happens if we get knocked out of here? Do we go to the conference, or do we get knocked straight out of the Champions, out of Europe completely? Oh dear. Now it's 2. Oh well. Conference qualifier. That's fine. Yeah, he's gone to sleep. Facunda's gone to sleep there. He's been caught twice, hasn't he? Oh, Mansour's just put it wide. Deflected out for a corner. Mansour's corner. Keeper saves it. Benfica were top 10 clubs to avoid, in all fairness. OFI needs some work to catch up. I mean, again, you would say that we're not hugely out. I mean, we've hardly had the ball, 36%, I suppose, really. If we get knocked out at this stage, we go straight into the Papa John's semi-finals. I will take it. I'll go into the 3rd round of the Rumbelows Cup. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, we've not been massively outplayed. It's been tight. Their quality shone through, I suppose. They've taken their chances. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Extra bit of quality. Oh, Vasseli's giving the ball away. Oh. You could argue Vasseli's been at fault for 2 goals now. And I brought him off because Tomic wasn't playing very well and was on a booking. And potentially I've actually caused that as the problem. So yeah, okay, it's maybe my fault. Oh, Ian and Ryan, welcome in, buddy. How are we? Hope you're good. Stream's going well, thank you. It's going very nice. Yeah, we're just chilling first. Champions League qualifier has not gone as well as we would have expected, or as well as we would have hoped. Sorry, they're all pissed off now. Yeah, didn't go as well as we expected. We played fine, but I lost 3-0, and you can't really play fine and lose 3-0 in the Champions League, can you? So never mind. But yeah, we move on. It's all right. It's not a problem. Players drawing attention. I mean, we're being linked with high-profile players here, but I mean, we do have the cash, but I can't see us spending it, especially given the fact we can't register players for Europe. No, let's not get too hung up on Vaselli, right? On what's happened. It's just it's a one-off. He's, you know. It'll be fine. Did you change teams with a different save? Yeah, we got sacked from Larissa. We shouldn't have been, but we've yeah, they wanted us to play young players whilst also not investing in the youth setup. So it was one of those. So yeah, we're here, and we're having fun here instead. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works, you know. But we are very excited to see how it works. That's the thing. Let's put Vice in as well. Right, we'll just make a couple of changes. Try and keep a decent squad for this friendly match. I want to sort of see what the first team looks like roughly. A couple of changes to try and preserve a couple of players' legs, but we're not realistically challenging for Champions League right now. Consistent league challenge and lower league European competition pushes should be the aim. Yes, exactly. The sack is the hallmark of a worthy challenge, even when it's unjustified. It's a badge of honour. I agree. As Jason says, yeah, the fact that it was 2 days before the Europa League final after 17 years, that was the kicker. That's why I got angry. I was like, at least let me do the Europa League final and then sack me after that. That would have been, I'd have taken that. But to do it before, and then they lost the final as well, which was quite nice. The timing was a little bit galling, but never mind. You play those kids in the future, you taught a valuable lesson. Yes, that's true. I will listen to what the board wants me to do next. Says the man who hasn't brought any Greek players for the for Europe. So, yeah. Oh, that's a dreadful tackle. He's going off. It's a friendly. You don't tackle like that in friendlies. Come on. That's assault is what that is. You could have killed him. Suggest a poll. Barcelona at home versus Barcelona away. What do you mean, Ryan? What do you mean the kit? Which was the better kit, the Barcelona 96 home kit or away kit? Okay, you know what? Yeah, that is a fair poll actually. Yeah, let's do that because I'll agree with that. That's a good question, actually. Right, two minutes then. Which one do you reckon's best? Stripes or I see it's interesting because the orange away kit shows up and not the blue one. The blue one must have been the year after. Oh no, sorry, no. Blue is that season. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I think the home's the one in it. I think the home's the one. R9 or Stoichkov on the back of it. There you go, yeah. It's literally just been said there, Stoichkov or R9. Stoichkov over R9. Yeah. I like it. I mean, I would have to have R9 on it. Long sleeve R9 would be like... Stoichkov would look class as well, to be honest. Hadji maybe? Was Hadji around that time? Laudrup's a good shout. Laudrup is a good shout. Koeman? But, yeah, it's got to be R9. Hadji had just left. Aha, right, Addy. R9 had more iconic kits that represented him. Potentially, but that kit with R9 on it looks banging. Tomic again with a goal. Yeah, right, okay, so Tomic can't get taken off then. Alright. We'll take a future edition with Clivert on the back. I'm gonna get one that says Braithwaite. R9 screams Real Madrid. No. Inter. El Fenomeno. PSV. For me, R9. R9 is Barcelona. And Inter. I get that he went to Real Madrid afterwards, but I'm old school. Can't be having R9 at AC Milan though. What a striker he was. He was ridiculous, wasn't he? He was so good. Brazil's 02, with his little stripe haircut. 98 Brazil as well. 02 Brazil was incredible. It was just the comeback of, right, I'm back and I'm this good. And it was like, oh, he is that good, isn't he? He's so good. There was just no stopping him at all. Yeah, he wasn't getting game time at USA 94, was it? There was Bebeto and Romario in front of him. Romario as well, by the way. Probably not enough respect given to Romario, I don't think. Apparently the haircut came about because there was a fire alarm at the team camp. He was partway through shaving his head, the rest of him dead to keep it. If that's true, that is incredible. I love the idea of that. In 02, Brazil was really packed, 100%. Like, just even their goalkeepers were good. That's how good the 02 Brazil side was. Romario, the man who didn't know how not to score a goal. Yeah, 100%. Like, it's just like, right, Romario, can you score from here? Yeah. What about over here? Yeah. Can you? Yeah. Yeah, just, that's it. I don't care if it's a lie, I'm believing it. Same. Absolutely the same. %. Like, if you'd have said Romario went into a hairdresser's with a with a protractor and just put it on and just went, right, can you just cut it around that? That would be great. Or if you put a baseball cap on backwards and said, right, just shave everything off apart from what you can see where the strap is. I'd take that as well. So make it look like I've got hair behind under my baseball cap. Again, I'd go with it. I don't need to know the ins and outs. Just, you tell me that. You all know that I'm not one for facts, right? A lot of the time, I'll just make things up and pass them off as facts. So yeah. So I'm fine with it. Ronaldo scored 44 and 47 at 16 to get called up the Brazil squad. Yeah, he's a good player. He was quite good, wasn't he? Yeah, he was pretty handy. The story goes on, he was only going to keep it for one match with the dare to win the dare, but the kids in Brazil started copying. He felt bad, so he kept it for the rest of the tournament. He's brilliant. He's just brilliant. Like, and all he did was just kept scoring and scoring and scoring, and it was just unplayable in that tournament. Absolutely unplayable. If Lama told me Niall Quinn used to kick foxes to death, I would tell him my mate the same. Well, could well be true, actually. Imagine making Brazil playing with the style whilst having Edmundo in the squad. Edmundo, that was Jesus. Yeah, there's a player. I like having like Jalminia and Danielson in the side as well. But then, for all those players that Brazil have, they then brought out Kleberson. And like I liked Anderson, but Kleberson wasn't a footballer. Zinedine Kilban. Former Sunderland legend, Kevin Kilban. Right, Bassey's out. Payen's back in. Diaz is back in for... Actually, no, Quartet can go back in. Guri Kurznik. Come on then. We've got 3-0 to catch up on. Anderson was sucking oxygen bottle before going back to South America to play Continental game in Peru is iconic. I think I missed that. Right, last Champions League music of the stream, I reckon. And of the season. Unless we can turn it round. Edmundo walked out of Fiorentina with the chance of winning Scudetto just to go to the Rio Carnival, chose girls and drugs over trophies. Well, he learned everything he knows from Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was a player, wasn't he? Like, imagine being Ronaldinho, like, as a footballer, not as everything else that came with Ronaldinho, but, like... Like, he was a stupid player. Right, yeah. So the Barcelona home kit won the poll, so that's fine. coming at us quite a lot, so let's not press. 3 shots so far. We've had nothing, and we've not had the football either, so it's not really helping, is it? Let's encourage. Just the 3. We've only got the 3 goals to get back. Brazil's loaded with stupid players, guys like Hulk. I mean, even like players like Elano or Maicon just turning up. Who else was quite... it was Mario Yardel. Mario Yardel was Brazilian as well, wasn't he? All this Brazil talking, no mention of Rivaldo, the world's greatest actor. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad player, was he? Mungo, can you imagine what the Saudis would have paid if they had set up teams 20 years ago? Who would have been the top earners? I couldn't give a fuck. To be honest, quite frankly, Saudi Arabian investment in football is not welcome, as far as I'm concerned. So the fact that they didn't think about doing it back then, it's their own stupid fault. Yeah, Giovanni at Hull, great for 14 months. Yeah. To be fair, here's my answer. If Saudi Arabia had all that money 20 years ago, they'd still have the same amount of crap they've got now. Yeah, they'd have Jay Bothroyd, they'd have Tom Huddleston, they'd have Jermaine Jenis, they'd have Jason McAteer, and they'd have Adebayor. Probably. Maybe Ian Robin. Yeah. Alfonso Alves. No one's mentioned former Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday defender Emerson Tom yet, which I find quite bizarre. Oh well. Right, there's our Champions League dream over. Dani Alves was pretty good, but is also a horrible human being. So we can't put him in our list of great players. Robert Huth, 368 grand a week at Al Hilal would be something. Yeah. Oh, welcome to Al Ittihad's new signing, Danny Drinkwater. Would make sense. Dry country, you know what I mean? So, if anything, he'd be promoting not drinking. Well, of course, Danny Drinkwater doesn't promote that, but still. Oh, okay, all right. So there was a miscommunication there. So you thought stupid players meant stupid players. Got you. That makes complete sense, Ellen. Yeah. No, stupid players as in like Ronaldinho was stupid, like just too good, far too good. You know. But yeah. Also as well, there's also some stupid players. That Ronaldinho was a ridiculous player, and also a stupid person as well. Being a Charlton player, I couldn't imagine any Sunderland players. What do you mean? You can't imagine Sunderland players? What? You can't imagine the team? Or you can't imagine any players going to Saudi Arabia? I hope not. Wouldn't want any of them to go to Saudi Arabia. No, likewise with Charlton. Possibly Scott Parker back in the day, maybe. Clive Mendonca would have gone. But, yeah, no footballer should be going to Saudi Arabia. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. It's ridiculous. Aidan McGeady, Aidan McGreedy. yeah, maybe. Oh, I'd say, what was it called? Jack Rodwell would have gone. Jack Rodwell would have gone to Saudi Arabia, and also Gibril Cisse. And Elka is sad that Saudi wasn't a thing. yeah, that's actually a thing. Yeah. That would have happened. John O'Shea. Igor Bishkan to Southampton. Cisse would have tried, would have broken his shins again. Yeah. Surprised Gerrard didn't sign any of these names. Well, this is the thing. I think Gerrard's probably like looking around going like, who can I get now? But unfortunately, Steven Gerrard only knows players that have played for Liverpool. So you have to assume anyone who's joined Bolt would have entered Saudi, yeah. Oh, Weiss is red carded. It's gone. It's gone. Stupid tackle. Champions League over. So I guess we're into Europa Conference possibly? Maybe? Yeah. Big Sam would have loved managing out there. Imagine the agent backhanders he could have had. I don't want to imagine it. I don't want. Big Sam wouldn't get a pint of wine out there. He'd be concerned. You know. Can't get pork. Can't get pints of wine. Big Sam would have none of it. Yeah. David Moyes would go for one season along with Steve McLaren. Claudio Ranieri will be there. Big Sam doesn't realise that wine comes from grapes. He thinks it comes from taps. Yeah, Mark Hughes managing in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that could be a thing. Kenny Dalglish. As a Dutch person, you're surprised Dick Advocat hasn't gone there. Oh, see, Dick Advocat was former Sunderland as well, so yeah, Robinho would definitely have gone there, yes. Yes, Alan Pardew. His name's alcohol, so he can't. Yeah. Tony, if you could pick which managers were at England's top clubs to make football proper again, which manager would you appoint? If you could handpick which managers were at England's top clubs to make proper football again, who would you pick? It's a good question, isn't it? Who would I put to make football proper again? How young or old do they have to be? Rosenbach, well, I appreciate the follow. Very kind. How young or old do they have to be? Because I think they have to still be alive. It's over. Yeah. It's 4-0 and we've got 10 men and we're playing Benfica. It's pretty over. Is the answer Alan Kirbishley? Do you want a sensible answer, or do you want the answers that everyone's expecting me to give, which is, essentially, Big Sam and Sean Dyson? I think that English football could have done with managers like football managers like Gasparini, like Arrigo Sacchi, like Zednik Zeman, like more Ancelotti. To be honest, a lot more Ancelotti would have been helpful. More Wenger. Probably more Martin O'Neill. Do you know what I mean? Like Glenn Hoddle would have been. Glenn Hoddle's a tough one, right? Because obviously he's an absolute idiot, right, and a complete space cadet for the sorts of nonsense that he says. But as a footballer, he was brilliant, and as a manager, he was quite smart. But he said some absolutely stupid things. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's the problem. You can't shy away from that. The correct answer was Dave Bassett. I mean, Brian Clough, I suppose, is obviously is another answer that's there as well. And Paul Lambert. Fabio Capello before the England job. Yes. Let's have a look. This Benfica striker that scored all the goals past us. 28 years old. He's worth 40 million quid. He's on 105 grand a week. Yeah, he's better than us. Joking here. David Moyes. Joe Royal. I told you I did a gig with Joe Royal, didn't I? Years ago. I've mentioned this one before. You already know this story. But yeah, Joe Royal would definitely be up there. Howard Kendall. Howard Kendall makes lovely cakes too. I mean, Howard Wilkinson. No, not after Sunderland. Not after the Sunderland thing. Roy Hodgson. I'd put Roy Hodgson at the top of the table, actually, now that I think about it, right? Because, again, Roy Hodgson gets a lot of hate, and primarily because of Liverpool fans, right? Roy Hodgson, that man needs some respect. Right, he needs some respect. You don't manage the clubs Roy Hodgson's managed without being good at your job. You know, you don't just get given the Inter Milan job if you're not very good. There are a few managers that might look a little more of a Tony Ireland. I mean, yeah, okay. So there is that as well, and maybe that's part of his charm. I think that he can check exactly what's going on behind him at the same time, and he's nocturnal, so it's good for night matches. Yeah, some managers will get a bit tired, but not Roy Hodgson. He's awake. He's awake all the time. Quarty had a shocker, didn't he? Let's put Diaz in. Panier's not fit. Vice was sent off, so I feel bad putting. Put Diallo in there. Right, there we go. I mean, including Ferguson. Oh, I think Ferguson's an obvious. We put Ferguson stays in, and also Mourinho. Mourinho's in there as well. Alex O'Duncan Ferguson. No, it's Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, is going in there. Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson was good as well. Actually, yeah, that's true. Sticks to Bobby in there. the Black Eyed Peas singer. Yeah, no, Musterman, just call him the Eyed Peas. Don't mention the colour. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone mention Kevin Keegan? Right, let's be honest. Kevin Keegan was shit. Right, okay, I'm calling it now. Kevin Keegan was crap as a manager. Kevin Keegan was the manager of a Newcastle team that managed itself, basically. And he couldn't win with that Newcastle team. He wasn't good. He couldn't do anything at Man City. He couldn't do anything at England. Keegan was a Kenny Dalglish. Not very good a manager. Dalglish, again, won the league with Blackburn, but then again, you were going to because they had all the money in the world. Ferguson was crap, propped up by a series of very good assistants. That bit's true. The assistants that Ferguson picked, incredibly shrewd. They definitely did. Brian Clough as well, the same, wasn't it? It was with Peter Taylor was the brains of the operation with Brian Clough. And of course, if you subscribe to any of the theories, Michael Beale was the brains of the operation for Steven Gerrard. I mean, it turns out neither of them had any brains. Ferguson was a poor man's Walter Smith. Oh, there was a manager. Walter Smith was good. Oh, get up. That's not a penalty. Peter Reid, give him a top job. Yes. George Graham, Big Ron. Paul Jewell. I mean, Paul Jewell's got a lot of problems, hasn't he? You know. Anyone said Kirbishley? No. No one said Alan Kirbishley for the fact that he's Alan Kirbishley. In the same way that no one's going to say Alan Pardew, because nobody respects any of those two managers. Yeah. Shocking managers. And we get a penalty now, do we? Who was the Charlton fella? Lasted 8 games. Wasn't that... Well, it feels like... I don't know, actually. Oh, Cardozo missed the penalty. Les Reed. Is that who it was, it? Yeah, Dario Gradi is definitely off the list. Not allowed. Not allowed on the list. He's on a different list. He's on a special list. He's on the naughty list. He's on the P. Diddy list. Yeah. It was Phil Brown. Yeah. So Gareth Ainsworth, put him on the list of managers who'll sort this out. Phil Brown, man. Like, Phil Brown basically manages a darts team, doesn't he? Just... Oh dear. We're not quite hitting the heights just yet, are we? That 5 shots, 2 on target. We're not firing. Billy Davis. What, the former... I was going to say the former Nottingham Forest one. That's Steve Cooper, innit? By now I know who you mean by Billy Davis, yeah. Phil Brown's managing Kidderminster. There, that says it all. That says it all. Les Reed, Clive Woodward partnership. Oh, was that Southampton? Or them two did it. George Burley. Oh, such a bad manager. He was at Forest as well. Yeah, Forest. Maybe Preston, possibly. was offside. Bob Bradley. Oh, hey. Right. Bob Bradley should have done better. Right. I reckon he could have been fine. Yeah. I reckon he could have been fine. Right. He's coming off. Mansouri's coming off. I'm tempted to bring Cardozo off as well, but Bernardino's the one that's struggling. Oh, Chris Coleman, yes. Yes. Martin Allen, Barnet legend. I'd forgotten about Martin Allen. Nobby Solano, Blythe Spot, no. Just no. That's what happens when owners who don't know anything about football take over and go, let's get someone in who's famous. Right, we're still a goal down. We're not looking like we're going to score either. That's the problem. Paolo Di Canio, he's a character. Oh, well, quite. He was a character of sorts. Mussolini was also a character. Yeah. That Vladimir Putin is a bit of an oddball, isn't he? Like, you know, that sort of level. He once did a good sportsmanship. True. He also did a good knee slide for Sunderland. Tomic against Newcastle. So I suppose it's not all bad. Purely an opinion question. If you were to start a new game to keep going until FM25, would you use a downloaded transfer update to start with the 23-24 squads? And that's an interesting question, actually. I think we talked about that briefly on podcast a couple of weeks ago. It's a tricky one because it's a weird time of the game cycle, isn't it? To start a game now with last season's squads would feel weird. So possibly, but then again, usually I play in nations where it wouldn't really matter. But no, I think I probably would. I'd probably try and get an updated player database, but I guess the new game then doesn't feel fresh, does it? Afterwards, but yeah, I think I'd probably have to try and update it. Or as I say, managing a league where I've got no idea who those players are anyway. Definitely plenty of characters in football, yes. What's going on? What's going on here? Oh, honestly, man. Right. Tomic is going there. Dalsheki's going up. Right. Unbelievable. Getting done by Gallipoli 2 seasons in a row. Yeah. Well, we need to get some bogey sides, and I guess we've got one now. Yeah, we can always do a 1. But it's day 1 of the season, right? So surely it can only improve from here. Good job the board don't want us to finish 3rd, isn't it? Yeah. We've got a lot of new signings. We've not played them all. But we are going to be angry. I don't want to say that missing the penalty was part of the issue, but came at a bad time. Fuck. Right, okay. Never mind. That translates to the Sun City. I mean, it's the word. It's not the Sun City where we are at this point. This is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. 4-1. 2 of the goals because we've been pushing on, but still. "15 shots, 10 on target. Look at that. So we've conceded what? 11 goals in 3 games? It's not good, is it? It's not good at all. That last season started slow too. I hope so. I hope so, because then that means that comment can be deemed as justified. Saving ourselves when it matters. That could be it. That could be it, Musterman. Yeah. Lull everyone into a false sense of security as well. Right, he does score that one. That's better. But yeah, 4-2's not great, is it? I feel like last season actually we started better because I'm sure at one point we were top. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's better to get your first defeat out the way early. Yeah. All the big clubs went at their best. Right, look. Last season's last season, right? What's been and gone has been and gone. Yeah. This is what we've got this season. It's a really bad start. Let's just build on it. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. If we're still at the bottom after 10 games, then we won't be in a job. So let's not worry too much. Yeah. Right. Okay. So everyone's now unhappy that we haven't got to the Champions League. Great. So that's not going to help, is it? But you know what? I don't think that's my fault. Really, I'm not the ones playing on the pitch. Yeah. I put them out there. They're the ones that are meant to be doing it, not me. I say, right, you go and do what you need to do. Right? And they're like, oh yeah, we lost. Oh Gaffer, we haven't got in the Champions League. Right. What do you want? What do you want from me? Like, you're the ones that are supposed to be going out there and doing it. Like, I've told you what needs to be done. Don't go coming in and telling me it doesn't work. Yeah? It worked last season. Shut up. Do a new team talk. I mean, look. The starting 11 hasn't changed dramatically from last season. So, also remember, it's one game. It's one match. Right? Okay? Yes, we're playing AK now. And then we've got Panathinaikos next. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Yeah? But again, as with everything, remember, it is also the end of the world. So, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. You know, it's easier to cause big problems than to just be like, it'll be fine. It'll work itself out in the future. It's not a problem. You know, it's one thing I've learned with FM. Everything is reactionary. Reactionary and sensationalist. Yeah. Right, he didn't have a good game, so let's put Auk in. And I'll tell you what, let's try and Dongo. See, he says he's a winger as well. I don't think. Tomic is tired. And it's not helping as well that players are just not fit as well. We've not had a pre-season. Remember, we've not had a pre-season again. Remember, we went straight in the Champions League. If you think about this, we've lost 2 games to Benfica, which is understandable, right? The Gallipoli match, we should not. It was a poor result. Shouldn't be losing that game. You know, and now we're playing AK. So let's see what happens here. But it's like the whole, like, oh, you know, do you think it's time to panic? I think it is, Ken. Yes. I mean, we've not had the football. We've not had any of the football. Oh, hang on, corner. That doesn't happen if you're attacking, does it? Cardozo, trust in. Guri. Cardozo. Tomic. It's back across. Okay, that was close. It was close. G Matlin spit out bullets early in the season. No, it's fine. We don't need to panic. Don't panic. Okay? Don't need to panic. And if it doesn't work, we end up at another club. You know? It's Bernardino. Oof. Ndongo, Cardozo, Ndongo. Pane, Gori, Pane, Bernardino. Lovely ball through. Mansouri. Why is he trying to head from there? You don't head the ball from there, do you? Edge of the 18-yard box. He's like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll just give me a bit of that. Mansouri, Cardozo. What's that? Flag down? Flag down? Maybe? It's tight. It's a good finish though. Okay, so we can do it. We can technically score. Technically. You know, not legally, according to the officials, but you know. Yeah, we can do it. If we really, really need to. We've got it in our locker. Tomic is looking tired. Cardozo maybe will switch off. Off here's the place for our name in the sand. In what sense? Like, as in, like, what? As in, it's a good thing, or it's a bad thing? I don't fully understand. I'm not having. Oh, it's a good thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not having negativity. We're not doing football manager negativity. Oh, Cardozo, man. Right, we're doing well. Okay, but you know what? Cardozo's missing too many things. So let's put Bassi on maybe. He's pacey. Yeah, Samuel's nervous, so let's put Bassi in there. Doesn't Crete have lots of sand? Probably. I'm not familiar with the landscape. Right, Tomic, 6.6, starting to flag. Olympiakos at top, Pauka top. So we can write our name big. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, with a stick. Yeah. Do it massive. Do it if destroyed even more true. Yeah. It's when it was here for life. Yeah. Right, Tomic's. Who's going in for Tomic's place? Vice. Looks like it, doesn't it? Bernardino. Vice pulls it back. Almost. Ndongo. Ali. Bernardino heads over the top. Do I work the ball off? And Suri again. I have a feeling how this game ends. So do I. 3-0 to EK. Do I put Mansouri where Bernardino is, and then do I put the young Greek striker up front? I think they're both starting to tire, aren't they? Mansouri's 6'4". He's got to go. He's got to go. Come on. Stop offering advice. Stop it. Stop it. No backseating. Just a draw's fine. Almost. I'll take that. We haven't conceded a goal, right? That's better. That's so much better. Okay. Did you make club legend at Larissa? Yeah, just after we left, just after we got sacked, they decided to make us a legend, which was pretty much rubbing salt in the wounds, to be honest. Which is a bit of a bit frustrating. So Mansouri's just not firing, is he? We need another striker. We need an actual out and out striker. I know one. I know one striker. Scholt. Is he ready? Is he ready? Because I think as well, what you've got to remember is that we've got young strikers. He's on a free. He's on a free. Come in on a trial. Conrad's still being scouted. Can Bernardino do the job? Bernardino's doing well on out wide, though, that's the thing. Like, I think he's doing better out there than he was up front. Mushgard. 24. It's a lot, in it. What are the Stretch of Football saying? Castaneras, Wonder Kid. £37 million. Elche. Right, I need more than that. I need more than just Wonder Kid from Elche. 29 years old. Santiago Tellez. He can't jump, but we have to play the ball on the floor, I reckon. I think as well is I need to start thinking that we're playing with an advanced forward, but maybe a complete forward, possibly. Need more scouts in as well. Alves 32. Carlos Alvaro. Who have Crystal Palace got? Let's see, shall we? Have they got a striker we can have? Oh, Chris Whitby went there. Interesting. No, they haven't got any. They haven't got any strikers that we can go for. Great. Because they actually play them. Well, that's no use, really, is it? Having a partnership with a team that you can't use. Jody Martinelli Denton. Finishing. Bit of acceleration, bit of technique. Maybe. Josh Hope, 20 years old. 2 sub appearances. Good heading. Good flair. Good technique. I guess we ask and find out, don't we? The thing is, Greece hasn't got any good strikers to take, so it's not like we can sort of be like, oh, let's look at the national team and take the best striker from Greece, because they don't have a striker. Like, it's bloody Maragos, and he's not even that good. Valvis is wanted by Sunderland. He's on loan. Papasoulis we know about as well from Asteras. Let's see, where's recruitment focus? Completed strikers. Recommended. Who have you got then? Harry Mackay. Okoye. Transfer listed by request. But again, he stopped scoring, didn't he? He just stopped scoring. Uriarte. Is he not playing? Scores goals. Let's put a 10 million bid. We haven't got £10 million, but let's see if the board will do it for us. Kylian Courtois. 1.4 mil. Reto Hodler. £2.4 million release clause on this. He's very selfish. That's not a problem. Lack of team ethic puts an extra burden on his workmates. Teammates. Do you score goals though, Reto? That's the question. That's what I need. That's what I need from you. Anders Sabitzer. Yusuf Bahic. Yeah, I think we might need to do a bit of scouting. So anyone who's got the database, feel free to jump in on it, because we need to find goal scorers. Where are they? They must be somewhere. They must be somewhere in this in its database. Maxime Laporte. Louis Carlos, 17-year-old Brazilian. Look at that hair. Wilhelm Berge. Takeuchi. No. I think we need to have a think. Right. Hargenson's on trial while we have a think. Okay? He's on trial. Okay, I'm just leaving it there for now. Okay? We'll play the Panathinaikos game. Uriarte has doubts. He wants big money. And he wants us to buy midfielders as well. 47 grand. Then 80 grand. I mean, John, it's been great, right? But no. He wants everything. He wants absolutely everything. He wants us to sign midfielders. He wants us to build him a school for his kids. He wants everything. Like, it's just not happening. You know, sauce John. It's not that kind of vibe, right? Okay, so us versus Panathinaikos. Let's see if we can move ourselves away from the bottom half of the table. Okay. We will see, shall we? Same setup. Let's put Bassi in for Cardozo. Bernardino's tiring a little bit. Anyone can play out on the left? I know Gonzalez actually. Up front. Do we put anyone on the left hand side of the bench? Urquhart. Do we keep the same side? You know what, let's keep Bar Gonzalez and Bassi will keep the same side. Right. Mansouri's confused as to why he's not been selected. Mate, you've not scored in like 9 months or something. That's why you're not playing. Plus you've been kicking off. Yeah. It's all part and parcel. Dongo gives it away. We've already managed to injure someone, which is good. Tomic's free kick just over the top. Okay, 12 minutes in. So far, so good. Diaz, Pane, and Dongo. Diaz. Back to Gori. Now Bernardino. Bernardino got the captain's armband on. That's interesting. Ali. be honest, hasn't kicked off. It was last year's MVP. Mansour needs to do better. Yes. Yes, he definitely does. Tomic, Ali, Bassi. Just hit someone on the way through. How do you install a custom database on the Mac? I don't know. FT. I presume you just put it in the documents folder, but I'm not good with custom databases, I must admit. Bassie's away. Anyone in the chat able to help out? If there's no one in the chat, I think in the Discord you'll be able to get some assistance in there. Tomic. Cleared away. A bit of encouragement, I think. Bassie's fast. He is. But he needs product as well, though. Oh, Ali intercepts. Gonzalez is through. Do you know what's silly? I almost think that because we haven't got strikers, we maybe need to play strikerless. But I don't want to play it because that's disgusting and dirty. Bassi intercepts. Plays Gonzalez through. I think he's offside. Yeah, he's off. Smart ball though. Again, we know how this works. 7 shots. We've seen this before. Only one on target though, that's the problem. Smart ball through. We're back to my Manscaped. Yes. It's as smooth as the 5.0. Intercepted. Uh-oh. That'll do. Just steady the ship. That's all we need to do. I'll take another 0-0 if we have to. Yeah. Do we change anything? Do we work the ball in the box as well? Play the AMC in a striker role of no, that's what we did with Job. We haven't got a Job, have we? We've got a Tomic though. We've definitely got a Tomic. If we lose him, then we're fucked basically because he seems to be the only player who can score. Bernardino lays it back. Tomic, little side foot. When Hargensen played, he scored. When he played. But he played about 10 games a season. That's the problem. Can I justify having him in the side? I don't know. He's a more... he was. When he first signed, he was a more physical presence up front. Maybe that's what I'm lacking. I'm lacking a bit of physicality. I'm lacking a bit of power. Ideally, I'd like a complete forward, but great ball through. Great finish. I think that's offside again. Yeah. I tell you what, Bassie's playing well. Bassey's playing very well. He's got a smart eye for a pass. And it's probably Gonzalez who's slightly off. Rather than the pass. I mean, well, again, let's remember though, we are slightly dazzled by Hagenson's statistics. In the first season, he scored 25 in 24. And the second season, I think he only played about 18 games and maybe scored 12. And then the season we got sacked, I think he played like 4 or something. So there was only one season where he scored more than he played. I mean, his return's still decent. Don't get me wrong, it's still decent, but it's not quite as definitive as we maybe all believed it was. You know, or we remember it to be. Oh, giving the ball away. Down the line. Get a tackle in, get a tackle in, get a tackle in. Get a tackle in. Oof. I think it did feel like he scored every match, but I think it's because he was so infrequently on the pitch that whenever he was on the pitch, it felt like he scored. So I think there was a little bit of that. So, oh, he scored again. It's like, yeah, but he hasn't been here for two weeks, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, or 4 months. You know. There we go. That should be the points now. Bassey with a cross in, Ali with a header at the near post. Much better, much better. I think we're Hartshaw. Obviously the game's not over yet, so let's not presume. It's only 2-0. There's still plenty of time for this to go wrong. Sabotage, good ball in, head away. Bassey, Samuel, give me it. Oh, do that. Vice makes it 3. There we go. Waiting for a certain Brazilian Ronaldo to come back from injuries and score goals. It was very much like that. I think we all thought we bought the reincarnation of R9 the first time we saw him. And Bass is on an 8. He's only on an 8. He's played brilliantly. Over the top. Auk's on a 6-8. Pyre's a 6-8. $3-0, that'll do. There we go. See? Doom and gloom over. We don't have to panic now. We've had one defeat in the league that wasn't very good, but we're now back. We drew with AEK, and we've beaten Panathinaikos, and we've beaten them well. 3-0. Not even like a little, scraping of a result. So that is much better. Much better. Okay? And I think it's reasonable for us to consider that as a success. Right, what's the schedule looking like? Olympiakos next, then Atromitos, Panzerakos, Niki Valou, Larissa, Pauk, Pantiliakos. Okay, fine. Transfer window closed at the end of September. We've got a bit of time to bring somebody in. We've got a little bit of money. I'm sure we can. Do something if we need to. But yeah, look at that. See, even then, they're disappointed that we were only competitive in the Champions League, but they understand we got a difficult draw, so that's fine. We just need to work out whether or not we get into the Europa Conference. So maybe we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It would be nice if we can do. So right, that's been fun. Appreciate everyone who's come back in. Appreciate everyone who came in from the Kev raid. If you're still here, that's awesome. Genuinely appreciate it. I hope you've dropped your follows in, and we'll see you all probably on Monday. I think it'll be the next stream. So let's find out who's still around. I'll go and ping a raid over to someone. I was going to say someone we've not seen before. Actually, you know what? No, let's go. You may have seen them before. They've been in our stream quite a bit, and they're certainly in the Discord for the FM show. So go and give Geeky Rabbit some love. Okay, go and check him out. Drop him a follow. He's currently managing in Finland. So yes, thank you as always to everyone. You've been awesome tonight. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. See you all very, very soon. Bye now.